It's like the storage. You can actually make some room for stuff. Still need to build that rack right here. Make some room. But actually today I came for some see how I was showing how I was telling you guys that when it's hot, the glue starts giving out. You see how this mesh just straight up like gave up. You just go ahead and throw this away. It's useless. Yeah, but it doesn't always happen. Only on mesh that is weak. That I think moisture. I think something about moisture also doesn't help it. But I have all these screens up here. These are the big screens I got. I have a few of them. For like automatics or just doing big prints. Like one at a time, because I don't have a lot of big boards. But actually I came for these sweaters because I'm actually gonna give all these away. I'm gonna print some cool like Christian designs on it about Jesus, and I hope I have some cool sizes that people wear. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some cool designs on them, and I'm gonna give them to some of the people at the church we go to right now, and the rest I'm gonna give them to homeless. So whenever they're wearing the sweaters, you know, they'll be in style, and also they'll be warm because it's gonna get cold soon, and also it'll remind them, you know, about Jesus. So it's kind of like a win-win situation right there, you know. So I have to give all those away because I've been meaning to give them away, but since it's been hot, there's no point in giving them to the homeless, you know, while it's hot. So when they need them most, that's when I'll come and I'll give it to them. But thank God, you know, I have some cool designs that are gonna be like, you'll be like, oh, what's up with that? They look tight, you know, and it's gonna be cool for them. So yeah, I'm gonna check out what sizes we have, and then I'm gonna get a good amount of them, and then I'm gonna go print some. And I might go through some of these bags and see what I could get rid of. I also have some other stuff I need to give away. I'm actually every second Tuesday of the month, our church, we go out and give food to homeless. So I'm gonna definitely get some of these shirts and give them out to them too. But most important is these sweaters here. These sweaters are they're courtesy of my mom. So when I give all these away, you know, all blessings will go to her. Like I'll make sure I send her some money for this work that she did, but I'm also gonna pray that God blesses her with more, you know, to be delivered from the problems she has right now. And I know God already did it, you know, even though it hasn't happened yet. I know He did it already, so I'm grateful, and I'm gonna do the work ahead of time. So let's do these sweaters. Yeah, so I got them right here. There's like there's around 50 sweaters from small to 2XL. They're a little size small, so the 2XL fits me like an XL, so I wouldn't really consider them 2XL. But I'll resize them and tag them and make sure that the right people get it. Yeah, I feel good for being able to do this, because it's better than them sitting there and me trying to go sell them to make money. since I have it, might as well just give it away. But you know, thanks to God and to my mom, that's this is able to happen. This is the design we're gonna print today on those sweaters. It's a 4-color: white, black, gray, and yellow gold. We're gonna do it we're just gonna flash the white, which is the base, and then we're gonna do everything wet on wet so the colors could blend. So this one right here, the top one, well, this I just laid it out so you guys could see it, but this is the black, this is the black right here, and then this the yellow letters and the yellow glow around the dove, and then this is the gray for the shadows. It's also gonna blend the light with the black to cover up the white base. This is the white base. This is everything that's gonna pop. It's gonna be on dark shirts, but I might most likely only print it on black. I think navy will look pretty cool too. But we're gonna print on those black sweaters, so you could give them away as gifts. Pretty cool detail, huh? This one's on a 200. This one's gonna be on a 160 mesh. Although I could probably done it on a 200 mesh, since I'm doing it by hand. Let me see the detail. This is the white base, and then this is the detail on the gray. This one, the gray one, I'm gonna do it in the highest mesh that I have, which is 350, just so you could have a lot of cool detail. And I might do the gray last. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the gray last yet. It might be the gold, which is this one, or the gray. So you can see this one also has a good amount of little detail. This one I'm doing it on I believe it was a 200 or a 230, even though I should probably done it on higher mesh because it has a lot of fine detail. But either way, it's still gonna come out real good. And then this one, which is black, I'm doing this one on a 230. And I'm using processed black because it's a little thicker consistency and I like using that. That's like the only processed color I'm gonna use. The yellow gold, I'm gonna use it on high mesh, on thicker print of ink. These are the little ones. I just did it because I had room on the screens, so I did a smaller print. So if I wanted to put it on windbreakers, just on the chest, we could go ahead and do that. That look pretty cool too. Alright, let's get to working. So I'm right here printing the sweaters. I'm gonna practice on this tie-dye t-shirt that I made myself a while back. I'm no longer gonna be using it, so I'm gonna just print on it. So what I'm gonna do is I have these screens set up, the ones I showed you the transparencies of. This one right here is the white base, the black, the yellow gold, and the gray. So let's see how it comes out. Ooh. So I have this tie-dye shirt that I'm no longer gonna wear. pretty cool color. I like it, but I'm not gonna wear it no more. So I'm gonna just practice on it. So we do first, shake this up. Nice. Put some tack on there. And let's do this, the white. Let's do the white right there. Pretty cool shirt, huh? Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys a little close up right there so you can see it. So this one right here is a 160 mesh. And I did it 160 so I could let the white, which is a little thick, go through the mesh. Because all the other colors are gonna define the detail. So you don't really need that much detail on this base. So let's go ahead and swipe it. Make sure it goes evenly all the way through. And we'll go ahead and as I showed you in the other videos, you see where we have the micro registrations right there on top and the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and tape the bottom of this here. Huh? Come on, go on. Alright. So I ran out of the little tape. So I need to buy some more. But I have this clear tape, which is still good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and cover the white we're using, the registrations, because we will no longer need them. And there it is. Two nice little tapes. And what we do is we go with this here. But first we're gonna flash it. Turn my flashes over there. And it flashes fairly quick, like 10-15 seconds at the most. There it is. It's flashing nicely. Sometimes I move it a little bit like this. Start from this side and then I move it onto this side a little bit. Just to make sure I cured everything, because my flash is not that big. So I gotta make sure I dry the sides of the shirt. And that should be good. I don't know why, but I cannot like have it a habit of every time I dry the color, I touch it. I always touch it. I don't know why, but that's how I work. So yeah, it's a little warm, so you gotta let it cool off a little, but I'll do that while we're lining all the other colors. So we got this dry. We taped up this, and then what I also like doing, I like flooding it. So I flood it. It's not me swiping it. I just off the shirt. I just flooded it so it could not dry as fast, or it won't not dry at all. As long as we're printing, it shouldn't dry. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna line all the I'm gonna line all the other colors. What we're gonna go ahead and do now is swipe it. So since the base is dry already, we're just gonna hit it with the colors. What we're gonna do since this is good, we're gonna move the flash out of the way because we're not gonna use it, because this is a wet on wet design. Meaning that only the base dries and the rest of the colors are wet on wet. We only flash if necessary. It doesn't mean always that it's gonna be wet on wet, but we want it to be wet on wet because we want it to be soft, just like soft to the touch of the hand. You know, we don't want layers on layers on layers, cured on cured on cured, or flashed. You know, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make sure that we have a nice black with enough ink that goes all the way across. Make sure that it's not dry. It doesn't have no clumps or none of that stuff. It could be a little thick. I always like using a little thicker inks because it has like less it smudges less, you know, it has like less bleed. It's just more spot on. The thicker for me the ink is, the more better on the dots is gonna be, because this photo is gonna be a bunch of dots. So if you had soft ink, the dots wouldn't be as you know, as real fine. You know, it wouldn't be defined as well as thicker inks. Maybe if your ink is not thick enough, you could add like thickener, which is this it's like a powder that you mix on it that makes it thicker. But yeah, just make sure you have enough ink on here. And if we run low, we could always add more. So this mesh is on a 230. So what we're gonna do is just swipe the black. Make sure it's nice and good on your squeegee, and then what we can do is I'll flood it, and then I'll hit it. Just because it's the first one, I'll do it like a couple times. But like I tell you, it's better since it's like real soft and it's really high mesh and it's dots. You're not gonna see the ink like go through it, you know, like the other videos. It's just gonna touch it. It's like dabbing little dots. So I dab the little dots in there. I don't know if you could tell, but when I look real closely, I'll show you. When I look real closely, I could see it. It's like real fine. And also another important factor is every time you're doing designs with really high detail, every time we print it, we always want to like reflood it again so it doesn't dry, because the thicker your ink is, the more opaque and the more you know, the thicker they are, the more they'll dry, especially if you leave them overnight or something. If you come back, don't be surprised if some of your high mesh are closed. So this one that we're doing here, this one's a special gold that I mixed. This one's This one's like a mixture of real gold mixed with plasticil yellow gold. But it looks like mustard, but it's not mustard. It has like a little bit of shimmer. The real gold is a shimmer gold. I just call it real gold, but it's I think it's called like mirror gold. But this one I mix some yellow gold plasticil, which makes it looks cool. I like the gold. And this one is a 200 mesh, or actually it's a 230 mesh. I tried burning it on a 200 mesh, but I had problems with that. I think my emulsion is getting old and I need to buy a new one. So I had to reburn it on the 230 because I had it right there laying around. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna swipe it. You know, always make sure we have enough ink from left to right, and also make sure that your squeegee covers the whole design we're printing. So what we're gonna do, since this is the first one, we're gonna go ahead and flood it and swipe it a couple times. Looks good. And then flood it over again. And it looks pretty cool. Let me give you guys a close up a little bit. And like I said, this is just the alignment of it. But on what we print on the shirt and the sweaters, we're gonna do, since I don't have a white highlight, which I probably should have done a white highlight. I don't know why I didn't. I probably still can, but I would just do 2 white bases. I'm gonna try it like that. It'll probably be a little thicker, but I think the yellow is gonna pop more when I do the 2 white bases. So right here, as you can see, we have not flashed. We have not flashed yet. And then right here, this is the gray. This is like a cool gray that I mixed. It's just made it with white and black. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure it's soft enough. And this one we kind of need it to be really soft because it's a 350 mesh. I don't really use 350 mesh that much because I don't have that many of them. But yeah, we kind of wanted it to be kind of soft, not too thick. Cause this gray I always leave it out, so it gets a little thicker than. Cause I mixed it with the white opaque that I use, and it's a little thick. So just to make sure it's not that thick, I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of soft pan, just so it can be real soft. Just a little tiny bit. Maybe like 10%. This is like a little dab. Like 10% we added. And we're just gonna mix it up. It does make a difference. It's still kind of, well, it's not really thick now. It's nice. It's just how he wanted it. Alright. And this cool gray, I use it for a lot of things. I use it for tags, and I use it a lot for fades. Like when a photo, a black and white photo needs it needs a gray gradient in between the black and the white. I always just use this one. It never does me wrong. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flood it, and then we're gonna swipe right through it. Nice tough print. Nice, tough as in with your arm, some nice pressure. And it looks nice. This is how it looks. I know you guys can't tell. You think we could probably even done it with the white and then the gold, but like I'm telling you, the black and the gray, it does make a difference. I know you can't see it, but when we print it on the black with the two white bases, we're gonna be able to see it. Alright, so before we print the sweaters, I'm gonna print me a shirt for myself. So let me flash this real quick. Alright, so right now we only have Gildan's, and then the one we're using is Ultra Cotton. It's a nice shirt. Gildan has been stepping it up in quality, so I don't mind using these. But our go-to one that I always was using was AAA. Alright, so now that we got this, we're gonna print the design. And it doesn't really need that much adhesive because it still has some. I could feel it. So I'm gonna just add a little bit, just to make sure. And this print is going on the front. Alright. And what we always do is we check the placement of it, where we want it. Alright, so the print's gonna land right here. So for something like that, I'll give it a good 3 fingers. So the color should land right there. Alright. Here it is. Cool. So we're gonna go ahead and flash it. Just over there. This is just another sample, but one like that's already that's just the sample. It's not the production, but it's more like it's not the practice, but it's more the to make sure we got something that we're happy with. We're gonna go ahead and print the white again. And every time you do this, you always when you're only working with one station, you always want to make sure that the plastisol or the board is not scorching hot, because if it's scorching hot, it's gonna get clogged to your screen. It's gonna close up your screen, and you don't want that. So that's one of the biggest headaches of a beginner screen printer will have, and they will never understand why it's happening until somebody tells them. So that there is the second white base. Let me show you guys. You guys can see it's real solid. It has some halftones. I'm gonna flash it. And like I said, after we're done flashing the white, we're gonna go ahead and move the flash out of the way, and then just print the colors. I like printing wet on wet because the production is faster. We don't have to flash in between every color and every shirt, but just flashing all the white base and then just running it and throwing it through the conveyor dryer. It makes the printing faster, and it feels softer, and you waste I guess you waste less ink. So and you know, the halftones and everything, it makes it look nice. It looks professional printing. When you start doing wet on wet and doing halftones and all that, that's when you know you're stepping it up. So let me go ahead and this here. I'm gonna move the flash. And we're gonna hit the black here. This is fast. You guys could time me. You see where it popped right here? It didn't pop too bad. So we spray some dry silicone spray on all of them. All of them but the white base. And that won't, most likely will not happen again unless you need more. So we did the black, but you can't really see it because it's in a black shirt. And then we hit the yellow. And then we hit the gray. And you can see it didn't pop, and you see how fast I printed this design. I printed this 4-color design that fast. As if if I was to print and flash every color, it would have been less as faster. It would take more time. So this is how the print looks. Let me know what you guys think. Does this look cool? Give it a thumbs up. Does it look professional? What do you guys want to learn how to print? If you look real closely, you could see some halftones even in there, in between there. But this camera, I just have it in these settings that's stuck, so you can't really see it that much. But when you rock this shirt, that's my next shirt right there. I'm gonna show you guys some other shirts that I did also, and let me know what you guys think. Alright, so give it a thumb like up, and I'll see you guys soon.